Have you ever wondered what happens when a giant gets too big? When a company that changed the world realizes it needs to change itself to keep dreaming? This isn't just a story about business. It's a story about vision, courage, and the relentless pursuit of the future. It's the story of how Google, the search engine that organized the world's information, had to reorganize itself to build what comes next. This is the journey of Alphabet. Back in 2015, Google was more than just a search engine. It was a sprawling empire of ideas. From self-driving cars and smart contact lenses to balloons beaming internet from the sky, its ambitions had grown far beyond the digital pages of the web. The company was a titan, but its very size was becoming a challenge. The brilliant, radical ideas brewing in its labs were getting lost in the shadow of its gargantuan advertising business. The co-founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the two students who started a revolution from a garage, faced a monumental choice. Do they rein in their dreams to focus on what works? Or do they risk it all to build a structure that could house a universe of possibilities? They chose the latter. On October 2nd, 2015, they announced a radical restructuring, a corporate rebirth. Alphabet Inc. was born, not to replace Google, but to set it free. The goal was deceptively simple, yet incredibly profound: to make the core Google business leaner and more specialized. The engine that powered the internet search, Android, YouTube, and ads was a well-oiled machine. It needed focus to keep running smoothly and efficiently. But the other projects, the wild, world-changing moonshots, were different. They were saplings that needed their own sunlight, their own space to grow or fail without being choked by the massive oak tree of Google's main business. The restructuring was an act of organizational love. It was about creating a family of companies, each with its own identity, its own leadership, and its own mission, all under the nurturing umbrella of Alphabet. It was a declaration that innovation in one area shouldn't be stifled by the success of another. With this bold move, Larry Page ascended to become the CEO of the new parent company, Alphabet, taking on the role of a visionary architect for this new ecosystem. Sergey Brin became its president, a guiding force for its expansive ambitions. And stepping into the formidable shoes of Google's CEO was Sundar Pichai, the brilliant and steady hand who had masterfully led its product division. It was a changing of the guard, a strategic realignment designed not for the next quarter, but for the next quarter-century. What emerged was a structure unlike any other in the corporate world, a giant ecosystem of innovation. Imagine a solar system. At its center, burning brighter and larger than anything else, is Google. It remains the sun, the primary source of energy and revenue, the gravitational force that holds everything together. But orbiting around it are other planets, other worlds of possibility known within the company as the other bets. Each of these subsidiaries is a bold wager on the future, a testament to the founders' belief that the biggest problems in the world could be solved with technology, its audacity, and a healthy dose of imagination. This wasn't just a conglomerate. It was a carefully designed constellation of companies, each encouraged to chart its own course to the stars. Alphabet became the holding company, the wise parent that provides capital and oversight, but allows its children the freedom to explore, to experiment, and to potentially change the world in their own unique way. It was a structure built for long-term thinking, a framework designed to protect radical ideas from the pressures of short-term profitability, creating a haven for the kind of breakthroughs that don't fit neatly on a spreadsheet. Let's take a closer look at this family of pioneers. First, there's Google, the firstborn and the powerhouse. It continues to be the bedrock of the entire enterprise, home to the products that have woven themselves into the fabric of daily life for billions. The search bar that answers our every question. The Android operating system that powers the majority of the world's smartphones. The endless universe of content on YouTube, the indispensable connectivity of Gmail, and the advertising engine that funds so many of these grand ambitions. But then, there are the other bets, the daring explorers. There's Waymo, which started as a secret project inside Google and has since blossomed into the undisputed leader in autonomous driving technology. It's a bet that our cars will one day drive themselves, making our roads safer and our cities more livable. Analysts see it not just as a project, but as a potential multi-trillion-dollar industry in the making. Then there is, Verily, a company on a quest to merge technology and healthcare. Formerly known as Google Life Sciences, Verily works on projects that sound like science fiction, like developing contact lenses that can monitor glucose levels for diabetics or using data to understand and prevent disease. It's a deeply human mission driven by the belief that technology can help us live longer, healthier lives. In a similar vein, but with an even more audacious goal, is Calico. This is Alphabet's wager against aging itself. Calico is a research and development company dedicated to understanding the biology that controls lifespan. Its mission is nothing short of extending the human lifespan and combating age-related diseases. It is perhaps the ultimate moonshot, a profound and patient investment in the future of humanity. And we can't forget X, the factory for moonshots. Formerly Google X, this is the semi-secret lab where radical ideas are nurtured. It's the birthplace of projects like Loon, which sought to deliver internet access to remote areas using high-altitude balloons, and Wing, which is making drone delivery a reality. X is the embodiment of Alphabet's core philosophy, to pursue audacious science fiction-like solutions to the world's biggest problems. Alongside these ventures are more grounded yet equally transformative businesses like Google Fiber, which challenged the telecom industry by bringing super-fast internet to American cities, and GV, the venture capital arm that invests in the next generation of disruptive startups, ensuring Alphabet's connection to the pulse of innovation everywhere. The results of this grand experiment have been nothing short of spectacular. Since its formation in 2015, Alphabet has cemented its position as one of the most valuable and influential companies on the planet. Its market capitalization has soared, frequently placing it in the elite club of trillion-dollar corporations, in a constant friendly rivalry with fellow giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. This financial success is a powerful validation of the restructuring strategy. However, the true story of its growth lies in the delicate balance it maintains. Despite the billions of dollars courageously invested into the other bets, the financial engine of the entire conglomerate remains the core Google business. The vast majority of Alphabet's profits flow from the digital advertising powerhouse built around search and YouTube. This reality highlights the genius of the structure. The stable, immense profitability of Google provides the financial fuel and the strategic patience needed to fund the higher-risk, higher-reward ventures of its sister companies. It allows Waymo, Verily, and Calico the freedom to pursue their long-term missions without the crushing pressure to generate immediate profits, creating a symbiotic relationship where the present success of Google funds the very future of Alphabet. Leadership, like technology, must also evolve. The journey of Alphabet has been marked by a thoughtful and deliberate transition of power, ensuring its founding spirit endures while adapting to new realities. In the beginning, it was the visionaries themselves, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who stood at the helm, charting the course for this new confederation of companies. Eric Schmidt, the veteran executive who had guided Google through its explosive growth phase, served as the chairman, providing wisdom and stability. For years, this founding trio guided Alphabet's strategy, balancing the needs of the core business with the ambitions of the other bets. But true leaders know when to pass the torch, in a move that signaled a new chapter. Larry Page and Sergey Brin announced in December 2019 that they were stepping back from their day-to-day management roles. They would remain on the board as proud parents. But the operational command of the entire Alphabet empire was handed over to Sundar Pichai. Having proven his exceptional leadership as the CEO of Google, Pichai now took on the dual role of leading both Google and its parent company, Alphabet. It was a sign of immense trust and a testament to his ability to manage both the colossal core business and the diverse portfolio of future-facing ventures. This change wasn't an end, but a maturation, demonstration that the structure they built was strong enough to thrive beyond its creators. In the end, the story of Alphabet's restructuring is more than a case study in corporate governance. It is a powerful lesson in vision, courage, and the art of building for the long term. It's the journey of a company that grew so successful it had to break itself apart to keep dreaming. By separating its reliable, profitable core from its ambitious, high-risk bets on the future, Alphabet created a model for sustainable innovation. It proved that a giant could not only learn to dance, but could also teach its children to reach for the stars. This journey from a cluttered garage to a sprawling ecosystem of world-changing ideas is a touching reminder that sometimes the most difficult restructuring we must undertake is not of a company, but of our own perspective. To see beyond what is and bravely build for what could be.